Okay, welcome back to another Outerplane video focusing on Sky Tower floor 35 this time. Now we're going to take a look at the enemies, in particular the boss for floor 35, and it is Feinin, I believe. A bit different this time around in boss form for this floor. You can see her immunities here. And we're going to take a look at her skills. They're not all that different, except that she can now resurrect people. She can fully heal people. And she only takes damage when her teammates take damage. So attacking her outright doesn't do anything. As you can probably guess, I'm going to stick with the majority of the strategy I've been using for the most part of the game, which is utilizing Maxwell and his AoE abilities. We're also using Rona with a counter set, so anytime she receives damage, there's a chance that she'll hit multiple people, which will damage the boss. We're using Feinin ourselves again. They have a snow in their team who could freeze you, and the immunity that we get will prevent that from happening. Kay is just there to soak up the damage. He does have a few useful AoE skills, but for the most part he's just, he's there to take hits when they come in. Now, being a light team, they will typically hit Maxwell more often than not, and he was getting wiped out a couple of times previously before this attempt. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend to use Maxwell, but he is one of the strongest characters that I have. And you can see here that Feinin is going to top him up nicely, and also boost his priority in the turn cycle. So yeah, that's pretty much the trick to clearing 435. If you're stuck, it is required to complete in the guide quest mission, so you will have to do this eventually if you want to continue through that, and it's recommended as it's the best way to progress in the game as it stands. So as always, if you have any other floors or questions about floors and things like that going on with Outerplane, you can feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'll either answer there, or maybe cover it in a topic in another video. As the battle winds up, we will now take a look at the gear that I'm using for Ronan. Came from 10-5. She has a 5-star sword and a 5-star accessory from this box, which made the fight so much more easy to manage. You take a look at her sword here, but invested a little bit into it, just leveled it up, etc. But it does a decent amount of damage, and I think the chest is random, so you could end up getting a defender or a mage weapon instead, which would still be beneficial, but on Rona it really paid off. As you can see, Kay is using some pretty basic gear. This one is a counter-attacking accessory, so that's why I like to use that. And here we're going to put on a speed set for Maxwell, because, he had to do more damage quickly before being burnt out by the enemy team's light that would usually focus on him. So that's how we like to wrap up the videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.